Another Walk the Dog live. Excuse me. Let's talk about Lions secondary struggling against the Giants in the joint practice, and Vanilla Vic, Daniel Jones, Malik Neighbors. Excuse me. They say they struggled, but I ain't see no footage. You know, so the New York writers, it was delusional. I knew when they talk about what the Giants put, they stood up to the Lions in a fight. Like, what are we talking about? What fight did they stand up against the Lions in? What I seen, Golden Tate. St. Brown was on their sideline, and it was more of them on that sideline, and the Lions came over. So I don't, like I said, New York delusional. The Knicks fans, they've been delusional for years. Giants fans, clearly delusional. And they writers are truly delusional. Okay? So, and the thing about individual drills is that it's meant for the offense to win. So, and that goes both ways. When you don't have a threat of getting hit, do you know how many quarterbacks would thrive if they knew they wasn't going to get hit? If they knew they wasn't going to get hit, how many quarterbacks would thrive out here? And they can wear a flag or wear a red jersey and they wasn't going to get hit. The thing about it is, when it's a live game scenario and they can get touched, then that's what it is. When you 7-on-7 and Levi Anazorki get too close to Daniel Jones, so they head coach Brian Daboll jump into Levi Anazorki's face because he getting too close. It's just practice. Just practice. That's all it is. So, some of the Lion fans were saying that it was the rookies getting burnt. I know Melifanu got burnt. Somebody caught a catch on Melifanu, and he was they had to review to see if the brother got his feet down, and they said he got his feet down. I mean, Melifanu is gonna be a utility guy. So, but I wouldn't read too much into it. Is it gonna take time for the secondary to come together? Absolutely. Carlton Davis got to pick. He got to play snaps to. He want to go run. Oh, this dog gets on my nerves, bro. This dude want to go halfway across the globe. I don't have time for this. Everybody want to be texting me. Jesus Christ. Don't nobody call me or nothing. But as soon as I start going, my headphones in my ear, so shit is irritating. So everybody want to call and text when I'm absolutely doing something. When I ain't doing nothing, don't nobody call and text. Come here. Jesus Christ, bro. These white kids gonna get to running. They see him. But yeah. Like it's like when you talk about the secondary and them dropping and them not having a live pass rush, I don't read much into that. It's gonna take time for them to gel front end, the back end. Really when they doing 7-on-7 drills and they doing individual drills and you can't hit the quarterback or nothing like that. For the most part, a lot of that is in favor of the offense. You know what I'm saying? It's in favor of the offense. So ain't nobody really is gonna be a great cover in 7-on-7s. Yeah, you have your time, but a lot of them young guys, they gotta get cohesiveness. They gotta work on their coverages, squeezing them gaps in the zones. A lot of them young guys like Rockstraw and Terrion Arnold got knocked out of practice with a concussion. It should just take time. And 7-on-7 ain't gonna cut it. The individual drills where you can't really hit the quarterback, that favors the quarterback. Come on. That favor the quarterback. Come on. So I mean, it's gonna take time for them to get it together. It's gonna take patience for them to get it together. It's gonna take them playing with each other, getting reps, rookies getting reps, Amick Roberts and them dudes getting reps. It's just gonna take time for them to put the time in. So, um, that's all you could say. You can't just put a group of secondary together and expect them to figure it out right away. So the front end work with the back end, and the back end work with the front end. And when you in these type of drills, really the back end suffers because, as soon as you touch the quarterback, they give them a little, because these guys got to pull back. When they get close to sacking the quarterback, they pull back because if they touch the quarterback, then it's a brawl. He get hurt. They get a reputation for being dirty, blase this, blase that, right? So that's why I really don't read too much into it, bro. It's because it's really more of a simulation. Come on, it's really more of a simulation than anything. And you know, in live play, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in live play, but yes, they got to work together. Yes, they got to learn the coverages. A lot of them young guys gonna get beat man-to-man coverage. The NFL, come here. The NFL favors offense. You can be a little bit more physical in college and a little bit more handsy in college when we start talking about um, man-to-man coverage and touching them and pressing them off the line of scrimmage. You could be a little bit more handsier in college. And that's why in the NFL it's rigged for the offense to be successful. They come across the middle, you can't touch them no more. Um, Off the line of scrimmage, you really can't touch them past 5 yards. What type of shit is that? But the receiver can push you off past 5 yards. You know what I'm saying? A receiver can push you off past 5. He can touch you past 5. But if you touch the receiver past 5 yards, then it's a penalty. You know. And I remember the Vikings and the Rams had a legendary Monday night game. Double tap the screen to like the video. They had a legendary Thursday night game where they scored all them points. Like, that's what they really want. They think the fans want 100 to 100, 50 to 50. The fans just want a good, balanced, competitive game. That's it. They want an organic experience. Come on, we can go back this way. They want an organic experience. They want fair and square, not this rigged shit they coming up with. Not where the refs are the fans of the game, are the stars of the game. People want good, competitive football games, sports games, in period. So anybody panicking over a joint practice, I really wasn't concerned about it. It's designed for the offense to get it together. It's designed for the offense to gel. It's designed for the offense to win. Now, if you tell me you can go out there and I can touch the quarterback and hit him, then it may be a little bit different. But even on the Lions side of things, it's good to see Jameson Williams, cooking the secondary and doing good. But it's one-on-ones. When he go across that middle, they know that they really can't hit him like they want to hit him. Even the Lions running game today, they said David Montgomery shined. But you really ain't trying to hit nobody. I mean, the hit that the undrafted free agent got for the Lions on the Giants, who was it? They running back or they receiver or whatever. Like, young players make that play, that's trying to make the team. But a veteran, he really wasn't gonna light up no another NFL player like that because they understand it's preseason, it's training camp, it's work. We say the best for last. I remember Reggie Miller he was talking shit to Michael Jordan in preseason. He said he didn't know that the veterans really didn't play preseason. It was a walkthrough. And he got into regular season and Michael Jordan lit his ass up for talking that shit in regular season. In preseason, he lit his ass up. So, yeah, you kind of got to remember that, bro. Like, the veterans know, okay, I don't want to be in training camp. Let me get in shape. let me half-ass it a little bit. But them young guys, they need these reps. You know, they need them reps. But I ain't really concerned about it. The secondary, you might say it can't be no worse than what it was last year. And who knows? I mean, shit. With the Lions, you never really know. But what I will continue to say is, it should be better. I seen the depth chart, and it's Terrion and Carlton Davis starting at the 1 and 2 spot, and then it's Amick in the nickel right now, backed up by Mosley. I think Rackstraw is backing up, possibly Carlton Davis, and Vidor is backing up Terrion Arnold. Um, so like I said before, the good thing about the young guys, is that they gonna get better and better through the season. With more mental with more reps with the ones, with the twos, the more time they get out there. We know Carlton Davis probably gonna miss a few games this year. If it's a game in which he don't miss, um, if he don't miss no games, that's a bonus, and that's probably because he in the contract year. So we know that. We know Rackstraw, he did good with the pads on. He a real physical corner. So he more of a pass guy. Terry Arnold, he took on a big old Andrew, what was his name? Andrew Thomas, big offensive tackle, took the block on, didn't fall, kept going. So we know he not scared to get his nose dirty in there. So, they got a lot of physical guys. They got a lot of guys that love to play football. So when you in these situations, you really can't get physical like you want to, because you don't want to hurt nobody. At the end of the day, it's still joint practice. And I can't believe, after like a couple brawls, they didn't call it off. But it must not have been that serious. I seen the one with Golden Tate, where the guy they trying to prove that they tough. And when you got a reputation for being a team like the Detroit Lions that's biting kneecaps, and you know what I'm saying, that's tough, then teams gonna want to like try you and see if you soft and measure up to that. In the Bad Boy Pistons, teams used to try to measure up to see how tough, gauge how tough they was. So the Lions getting a reputation for being a tough football team in a soft ass era. Let's just call it what it is. So, yeah, they getting a reputation for that. So, and that's good. Physical football team, proper tackling, not dirty. I mean, obviously, the one guy they called him dirty is Kirby Joseph, and every hit that he got has been legal. You go high, they cry. You go low, you cry. You know what I'm saying? You hit the target zone and your crown, your helmet go up too far and hit the face mask or close to the face mask, it's a penalty. They protect offense, man. And it's crazy that no matter how many adjustments the NFL and NBA make for offenses to thrive, defenses still reign supreme. Who won the Super Bowl last year? Kansas City had one of the best defender last year in Chris Jones, in my opinion. And they had one of the best defenses and two of the best defensive backs last year, and L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie, which I think Trent McDuffie got a raw deal on the Madden rankings, just like Jared Goff did. For Jared Goff to be a top 10 quarterback and only have 82 overall, that's why, like I said before, that's why Madden been sucking ass for years. They ain't been good for real since PS3. For real, they ain't been good since PS3. And I've been looking kind of at 2K, and 2K been ass too. They going through the same thing. They don't have any competitive competition. It's no competition. So they can throw out hot garbage every year, and you don't have another choice. Now, real quick, 2K was supposed to come out with a non-sim football game. I don't understand why they just don't redo Blitz. That'd be dope. That's what I don't understand, but that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, when you get a reputation for being a badass, everybody want to measure up to you to see if it's true. And the Giants, Come on, to be honest, they defense is solid. They got that dude from the Giants. I mean, from the Carolina Panthers, the defensive end, and they defense is solid. I mean, the writers were so biased, bro. It was one rep where Taylor Decker stopped Kayvon Thibodeau, and they talking about, oh, he won a sack. That was a sack for Kayvon Thibodeau. What? What? Like, the Giants writers don't know nothing about football. They don't know nothing about football, and that's crazy. They called that rep on Kayvon Thibodeau, and Decker easily beat him, and they called it a sack. And you sit here and just laugh, bro. Like, the Giants writers, man, shame on y'all. Y'all that thirsty? Just go talk about the Knicks year round, because the Jets ain't gonna be shit probably, and the Giants ain't either. The Jets just curse. You know, that's the only thing wrong with the Jets. The Jets just curse. The Giants, y'all got Daniel Jones at quarterback, so that says it all. And when Malik Neighbors got drafted there, he was mad as shit. He wanted to go to LA with the LA Chargers. He wanted to go to the LA Chargers. Make sure you double tap screen and like the video. So I ain't really reading much into it. Like, the secondary is godly bad after the first 4 to 6 weeks. And then I start ringing the alarm. But Carlton Davis trying to get paid. Amick Robinson on a 2-year deal. Like I said before, Vidor was solid for us last year. He came in the middle. He like our fourth corner. So he was starting last year. So at the end of the day, when they get a live pass rush up front, um, when they get a live pass rush, um, when they get a live pass rush, um, that'll tell you a lot. But they got a lot of physical corners. They got a lot of physical corners. Rackstraw, Mosley. I'm surprised Mosley playing nickel. I'm surprised he playing corner. I'm surprised he still got a fucking job. And this ain't no hints to him. He tore his knee up twice. What can he do for you at corner? I just want to know. Like, safety, yeah, I like to see him play some safety, because he's a good tackler, physical corner. But they must really like Emmanuel Mosley. I must say. He must be dating Brad Holmes' daughter or his niece or some shit, because that motherfucker would have been gone. Excuse my language. But, like I said before, he would have been gone. I don't really understand the infatuation. Good physical corner, tore your knee up twice. Go sit your ass home and make some cookies. I want some milk and cookies in my Bernie Mac voice. But you never know. Pick today. Oh, so did Carlton Davis. He got a pick too. Just because you got a pick don't mean you ready to start, though. But he been getting picks all training camp. For a guy who didn't get picks in college like that, and he's starting off in practice getting picks, that just, you got to look at Missouri defense and this defensive coordinator and what really wasn't working. Because obviously he a guy that can catch the football, and maybe they was asking him to be more of a run support or something like that. And the SEC is more of a physical conference. You got Ole Miss who like to spread the ball out a lot, and Lane Kiffin like to throw the ball for the most part. Most of them dudes, they play physical brand of football. Even when they pass the rock, it's a physical brand of football. So he facts when they gel together, it's gonna be scary. Yup, and you gotta understand, all 11 guys plus the bench players gotta gel together. That's the difference. Come on this way. Come on. All the bench guys everybody gotta gel together. So not just the secondary, the back, the front end, and the front end is well acquainted. The only real new players to the game is just guys like, other than DJ Reader, it's just guys that just got healthy. Pascal, Anzarike, he had a really good day today. So them the only real guys that you really concerned, that just don't implement. Pascal, he ain't never healthy. If Pascal and Anzarike healthy, it's a different football team. So they're gonna be able to play a lot of man coverage, but I don't think they should shy away from playing zone either. That's my humble opinion. I don't think they should shy away from playing zone coverage neither, because you just never know if you're going to need it. When you play Kansas City, we seen what happened to Baltimore. They thought they had the answer, Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway. And they played man-to-man, and they lost the AFC Championship game. When you play Patrick Mahomes, You know, you got to get pressure and you got to play zone. You know, regardless. And they ate up, man. Andy Reid gonna eat man to man up every time. So you got to play a combination. So good defenses, they good. They usually got to, Tampa 2 and the Tampa 2 they played in Chicago, and the cover 3 they played in Seattle. You have some really good man-to-man defenses, but I think you need to be able to do both. And that's why historically Pittsburgh really didn't have no success versus Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to play a brand of defense they wanted to play. And when you have a dominant force like the 49ers in the NFC, what you need to do is you need to build your team to beat the San Francisco 49ers. So if that means we going against Brady in Pittsburgh and we like to play man-to-man football, and Brady ain't that good against zone, or he a little bit lesser versus zone, well, we got to become a better zone football team. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to play both. I know Carlton Davis is a really good man-to-man cover corner. At Alabama, I'm pretty sure they played everything. We know Brian Branch at safety is good man-to-man zone. So they need to be good at both. Derek Barnes, he growing into his own. Alex Anzalone, he doing his thing. So, they just got to be a well-rounded, you know, because you never know who you're going to run into. And if you're going to play man-to-man versus some of these top quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and C.J. Stroud and guys like that, you get cooked out here. So you got to be able to play combination coverage. You got to be able to play zone, man. But most importantly, you got to be able to generate a pass rush. If you can stop the run and get after the passer, that covers up a lot of the deficiencies. And last year, we talk shit about Aaron Glenn a lot, but he worked miracles. He worked miracles, and he got that defense as far. And the defense wasn't the reason they lost that game either. The defense wasn't the reason they lost that game. The reason they lost that game is the offense just imploded. The third quarter. That was the Lions' Achilles heel offensively all year. When halftime came, they lost all types of momentum. They lost all their momentum. All their momentum. So, but I don't know what the remedy is or what the film say why they struggled in that third quarter offensively. But defense, for the most part, Aaron Glenn, he made the right adjustments. He made the best calls possible. And, I think that same creative nature, that he had with, come here, that same creative nature that he had, with the limitations he had in the secondary, I would like to see him keep that same, creative. I like to see him keep that same creative mindset going into this season and not get lazy because now you got some pieces. They said, we're going to play man-to-man, and we're going to just, be vanilla and be basic, and we're going to play our brand. No, that shit he did last year, especially with Malafanu as a blitzer. Malafanu was one of the best blitzers I seen in a while. A guy that you didn't know if he was coming or going. No, did he? So, y'all pick up DJ here. Reader, he hurt. We may not see him for shit until some of the games into the season. I wasn't crazy about the free agent secondary signings. Well, they only signed. I like the Amick Roberts. He gonna be your nickel. I like what's the other brother's name? Carlton Davis, good man-to-man cover corner. He in a contract year. They didn't pay him, so he's starving like Marvin. So he gonna have to play. He got to play for his meal. So it might be at 26, 27. It might be his last big. It might be his last big check. His last big contract. So when you start looking at it like that, to me it made a lot of sense. I thought they was gonna hand him a bunch of money, but he got to prove his durability. So, but yeah, so I like what they did. And then they went out there and got 2 young guys, just in case, the old guys, they tripping up. And one thing about the young guys, they gonna get better and better. And apparently with Terrion Arnold starting already, that tell you a lot about his character and about where he is. So, So yeah, so I think it's gonna be very, very interesting to see kind of secondary wise where they at with it. Come on, I don't know why you be so difficult. Come on, come on. Oh, man, these mosquitoes is wild out here. But yeah, so really, them them bringing two guys in off the street, keeping two guys in Mosley and Vidor, and signing two guys in free and getting two guys in the draft. I think that was smart by them. So, uh, and you got to ask yourself if they would have kept Cam Sutton, would they would have went out there and drafted two corners? That's the thing about it. So, if that was the case, Mosley probably would have got cut, or Vidor would have got cut. So, but honestly, you know, and then also you got F.A. Melifanu. You got F.A. Melifanu who could play corner too and safety. So they got a lot of help. And then you got Branch who can slide down and play the nickel. So it's a lot of versatility in that secondary. So it's a bunch of versatility. So so yeah. So a lot of people concerned. They just got a lot of backup plan. Now, as far as receiver, as I kind of get to my destination, yeah, double tap the screen and like the video. Receiver, I'm kind of concerned about. Honestly, I'm kind of concerned about the receiver position. Right now, I've seen the depth chart. Khalif Raymond is the number 3 receiver on the depth chart. I don't know if Darius Fountain showed them enough. I don't know if Darius Fountain showed them enough. Oh my God, you too old to be walking so dumb. You're just being dumb right now. But yeah, Darius Fountain, he or Darius Fountain. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly because I'm getting towed up by these mosquitoes. He been tearing it up, but Khalif is listed as the number 3 receiver, which Khalif Raymond was the reason he didn't quit and retire from football after all the injuries. So I don't know, man. I don't really feel comfortable with Khalif Raymond as my number 3 receiver, and there's no knock on him, but I don't like that shit at all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like that shit at all. Like him, I know they could put Laporta out there as an extra receiver, St. Gesture as an extra receiver. They both had that ability. But to say Khalif is your number 3 receiver, man, they won, they won little hiccup from from I mean, I don't know what's going on with Antoine Green. I don't know what's going on with him. Is it the simple fact where he ain't? I heard his route running got to clean up a little bit. But if J-Mo didn't step up, them ninjas was in trouble. If J-Mo didn't step up, they was in trouble, bro. And I think maybe they should go out there and move for a receiver. They might need to. So, um, they might need to go out there. They might need to go out there and look at Michael Thomas. Come on. Yeah, they might need to. I mean, I think Brandon Ayuk is a little bit of overkill, in my opinion. I mean, $30 million receivers, and I don't think Cincinnati gonna give up T. Higgins neither. So even if you want to rent him for a year, so I don't know who all out there on the market to keep it funky with you, my Cam Newton voice, but I don't know where Michael Thomas is physically, because you got a lot of athleticism as far as Green, J-Mo, and Donovan Peoples-Jones could be in danger of getting cut. So Darius Fountain, 6'2" athletic. So Michael Thomas would be the perfect chain mover for him. Great route running. Get separation with his route running. Big guy, good red zone target. kind of would be the equivalent of DeAndre Hopkins. Durability issues. People always say he couldn't run by people. But then you got to remember, too, Drew Brees had a water pistol at that point in his career. I mean, I think Michael Thomas would be a good veteran. His ability, his ability to block out smaller DBs, um, third down, him and St. Brown to be critical on third down. Short-handed guy, you know, good at boxing people out, good at, making himself available. And his Twitter handle, wasn't it? Can't guard Mike, Keyshawn Davis' nephew. I mean, you really just need him on third downs for real. And then you got the young stallions that can get out there and run. So I think, him and St. Brown to be treacherous on third downs. They should be called him, Laporta, and Mike. They would be called the chain gang, because they would be great chain movers on third downs. Kind of what I was saying about DeAndre Hopkins. The only difference is Hopkins don't have the durability issues that he had. Yeah, he's coming off an injury. It's like his first major injury. I know he just got injured again too, but he really wasn't an injury-prone guy at that point. And then Hopkins also can still run by you. There's always been questions about Mike Thomas' ability to run by you. So that's always been a question, to run by you. So Hopkins can get by you. But Thomas, he's a good chain mover, to be honest. And on third downs, Laporta, St. Brown, and Mike Thomas on third downs, that'd be a nice trio. And I don't think Jared Goff will struggle to get a rapport with Mike Thomas neither. Because when you run precise routes, he ain't the fastest guy neither. I think him and Jared Goff will get along just fine. Could he do some of the things that Josh Reynolds did? Absolutely. So I think it's a good look for them. How you doing? Come on. Oh, he nice. But come on. Come on. But yeah. So I think that'd be a good look. But I don't know who out there. Maybe a Marquise Goodwin, but he always injured. You got a bunch of Marquise Goodwins. Khalif Raymond, Green. So, but we already know Brad Holmes gonna wait to the 23rd and a half hour to get a receiver. Mark my words. So I don't think they need a T. Higgins per se or some major like that. But what I will say is, I think of Mike Thomas, or whoever they do get in here, get him in here now. Get him in here now. The Bengals can franchise tag G again. Yeah, but the tag go up too high. They're not going to pay him all that money, and they got to pay Jamar Chase. So the tag can go up even higher next year. So the likelihood that he hit free agency next year is more likely than ever. So they're not going to tag him again. Mike Brown, one of the cheapest owners in football. So him getting tagged 2 years in a row, and that tag price go up even higher, I doubt that. So that's why I said here 1 year rental for the Lions. The Lions ain't about to pay him that tag number next year on a 1 year deal. So, I mean, the receiver market exploded. Everybody getting dirty 30, which is wild. But I'm happy for these dudes getting their money. Tyreek got his deal redone. They said Tyreek Hill was the number one player in the NFL, which the players don't know shit. Mahomes is the best player, hands down. They had McCaffrey, Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson ahead of Patrick Mahomes, which is mad disrespectful. I love Lamar. I love McCaffrey. I like Tyreek. I ain't the biggest fan of that idiot, but that's crazy. But that's all I got. Appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video. Peace.